The side of history they never taught you. History is often presented as a clean timeline of kings, wars, and dates. But behind that official version exists another layer, strange, unsettling, and sometimes deliberately hidden. These are not myths or conspiracies, but documented facts that rarely make it into textbooks. What you are about to hear challenges what we think we know about power, civilization, and progress. These 5 facts reveal how fragile empires really were, how close humanity came to disaster, and how history is shaped not just by victories, but by accidents and silence. Fact 1. The Great Library of Alexandria was not destroyed in one day. Most people believe the Great Library of Alexandria was destroyed in a single dramatic fire. In reality, the library declined slowly over centuries, suffering multiple attacks, political neglect, and religious suppression. It wasn't one disaster, it was many. At its height, the library may have held over 400,000 scrolls, covering mathematics, astronomy, medicine, engineering, and philosophy. Scholars from Greece, Egypt, Persia, India, and beyond contributed to its collection. Some texts described early steam-powered devices, advanced surgical techniques, and accurate calculations of Earth's circumference. When the library faded away, humanity did not just lose books, it lost generations of knowledge. The real tragedy is not how the library burned, but how easily knowledge can vanish when politics and ideology take control. Fact 2. The Roman Empire almost collapsed 300 years earlier. The fall of the Roman Empire is usually dated to 476 AD, but few know that Rome nearly collapsed during the crisis of the 3rd century, between 235 and 284 AD. During this period, Rome had more than 20 emperors in just 50 years. Many were assassinated by their own soldiers. The empire fractured into breakaway states, trade collapsed, and inflation became so severe that money lost its meaning. Barbarian invasions, plagues, and internal rebellion pushed Rome to the edge of extinction. Entire cities were abandoned, and central authority nearly disappeared. Rome survived not because it was invincible, but because desperate reforms saved it temporarily. This crisis proved that even the most powerful empire on earth could nearly fall apart overnight. Fact 3. World War I started by accident more than intention. World War I is often blamed on nationalism, alliances, and militarism. While these factors mattered, the immediate outbreak of war was driven by confusion, miscommunication, and human error. After the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, diplomatic cables crossed Europe at a slow pace. Leaders misunderstood each other's intentions. While military mobilization plans forced governments into irreversible decisions, once mobilization began, stopping it was nearly impossible. Train schedules were treated as sacred, and generals believed delay meant defeat. Within weeks, Europe stumbled into the deadliest war it had ever seen. Not because everyone wanted war, but because no one knew how to stop it. Fact 4. Napoleon lost more soldiers to weather than battles. Napoleon Bonaparte is remembered as a military genius who dominated Europe, but his greatest defeat did not come from an enemy army, it came from nature. During the 1812 invasion of Russia, Napoleon entered with over 600,000 soldiers, fewer than 100,000 returned. Contrary to popular belief, many died before winter even arrived. Disease, starvation, exhaustion, and poor logistics destroyed the army. Horses died, supply lines collapsed, and soldiers froze without proper clothing. This disaster permanently weakened Napoleon's empire. It proved that even the greatest commanders are powerless against geography and climate. Fact 5. The Cold War nearly ended the world. More than once the Cuban Missile Crisis is widely known. But few realize how close nuclear war truly came. On multiple occasions, a single individual prevented global annihilation. In 1962, Soviet officer Vasily Arkhipov refused to authorize a nuclear torpedo launch. Despite pressure from his commanders, his decision may have saved hundreds of millions of lives. In 1983, Soviet early warning systems falsely detected U.S. nuclear missiles. Officer Stanislav Petrov judged it a system error and chose not to report it. These men were not following protocol, they were trusting instinct. History survived because of human hesitation. The bigger truth about history is not shaped only by famous leaders and grand strategies. It is shaped by accidents, fear, hesitation, and forgotten decisions. Entire civilizations nearly vanished without warning. Wars erupted not because of destiny, but misunderstanding. Humanity survived not because of systems, but because individuals chose restraint. What we call the past is far more fragile than we imagine. Why these facts matter today? Modern society often assumes progress is permanent. History proves otherwise. Knowledge can be lost, empires can fracture, and technology can destroy as easily as it advances. Every generation believes it is more stable than the last. Every generation is proven wrong. The real lesson of history is not glory, it is humility. Final thought, history is not finished. The forces that shaped the past are still active today. Ambition, fear, pride, and chance. If we ignore the hidden truths of history, we are doomed to repeat them, not as lessons, but as disasters. And the most dangerous belief of all is that it can't happen again.